Hi guys, and welcome back to what I would consider season 2 of Seven Aligned podcast. I'm so excited to be here and bring you more episodes discussing things that I care about and I think other people can benefit from hearing about. I took a really long time off because I was in school and I've always dealt with being uninspired, but I just feel the calling and the need to get back to just speaking and talking and doing things that I really enjoy, and this is one of those things. So I've been thinking about some different topics that I've been wanting to talk about and to publish on, and so we're going to kick off season 2 with a great episode. This episode is all about how to live a happier life because I feel very privileged and lucky enough to be in a situation where I've been probably the happiest I've ever been over the course of the last 6 months, and I want to be able to share some of the insight I gained on how I got here to hopefully help other people start living happier lives or just become happier in their reality and start manifesting the life that they really truthfully desire. Now, when I do come on and I have these episodes, I do want to make it abundantly clear I don't think that I know everything that there is to know about the universe. I don't think that I am, channeling straight from God himself. And I know that I'm not perfect. But I'm here to speak on subjects that I feel like I can share my opinion on. And hopefully some people appreciate my opinion and find clarity in my opinion and like the words that I have to say. And if you don't, then you don't have to listen. I have tons of other videos on Instagram and a TikTok that you can go and mindlessly scroll on. So I'm going to share how I stepped into that happier version of myself. What things did I do to really get to where I wanted to go, and how did I end up in the position that I'm in right now. So my first piece of advice for you, if you're really struggling to find clarity on what would even make you happy, I think a lot of us at some point of our lives become lost and we're like, we don't even know what direction to head in, to point ourselves in. And so first, I want you to sit down with a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen. And I really just want you to close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and envision the version of yourself that is so happy, abundant, wakes up every single day and is grateful for the position that they're in. And what does that life look like for you? You can find that person within you. That person exists within you. You just have to kind of look for them and listen to them, right? So become comfortable with allowing yourself to daydream a bit, to soul search for it within you. And while you're envisioning that happiest version of yourself, ask yourself, what do you do for fun, like on an everyday basis? What does your life look like? Your job, your friends, your commute to work. Literally sit down, crisscross applesauce. I'm happy. And what do I look like while happy? Like, what does my everyday routine look like? And you don't have to be perfect, right? Because I would say my perfect everyday routine is, I'm waking up and I'm going for a run or a swim, and then I'm doing yoga, and then I'm meditating, and then I'm starting my day. And that's not how everyday life is, right? That's not how reality is. It's better for you to just ask yourself, what makes you happy and how are you not there yet? For example, for me, when I was really sitting down, I was living in New York City and I realized that I wasn't happy, and to be happier, I needed to be able to ground with nature more. I was surrounded by nature. I was surrounded by mountains. I was surrounded by beaches. I was surrounded by friends with similar interests. I had an easy commute to work. I had a great work environment. I liked my job. I was having fun, pure fun, every single day at my job. The sun was shining. It wasn't raining or cold, it was warm. I could feel the sun on my skin. I had free time to do what I wanted. Also realized that a big thing for my happiness was I didn't need material things. I could kind of move into a minimalistic mindset and allow myself to want other things other than clothes or items or more experiences. And all of that clarity allowed me to weed out the things that I no longer needed or the things that weren't necessarily bringing me actual happiness. They were just bringing momentary dopamine, and move towards things that were going to make me fundamentally happy at my core. After you sit down and you kind of find this happy version of yourself, ask yourself, what direction do I move in to get there? How can I every single day move to become that version of myself? If this version of yourself goes for runs or hikes, how do you start implementing that into your everyday? If this version of yourself gets outside more, how do you start implementing that into your everyday? Instead of getting caught up in this loop of work that you don't really like, and then scrolling on your phone for the rest of your day, which you don't really like, and then eating shitty food that doesn't make you feel good, that you don't really like, and then having shitty friends that don't make you feel good about yourself, that you don't really like. This continuous loop where like every day you wake up and you just like kind of accept that this is my life and this is what's in front of me and one day it will miraculously change and I'll be happy again, is selling yourself short, because you can move towards the version of yourself that you want to be every single day. You know, you can wake up one morning and go to the library and start reading. Like, you can wake up one morning and make your YouTube video or your TikTok and then start being a content creator. Like, you can wake up one morning and look in the mirror and say, you know what? Even with my little pimples and my fucked bangs, like, I'm actually so gorgeous. And 10-year-old me would be astonished by how amazing my teeth are and how formed my body has become. Like, and the things that you used to hate about yourself, you start to love about yourself. And that's how you become happier, is you fall in love with yourself through the decisions and the actions you make every single day. More advice is like, again, this all starts with core of yourself. Nobody knows what you want and what you need other than you. Your therapist may try, but they are not you. Okay, you know what your dreams were as a child. You know what your dreams are now. You know who you want to be when you're 50, who you want to be when you're 78. Like, you know that within yourself. Get a journal, start writing it down so you can start living up to those expectations. And when you are sitting with that version of yourself, you need to sit with the present version of yourself and remind yourself it's okay to change and it's okay to move. If the surroundings that you're in aren't serving you anymore, you can change your reality and move away from them. And allow yourself to be fluid. Allow yourself to change, because that's how you grow. You grow through change. Don't be afraid of it, right? It's hard. It's scary. It's the unknown. But you can't be afraid of it, because great things happen through change. Okay? Like a butterfly. Next piece of advice. Don't be afraid to leave people or things that don't bring you happiness behind. When we talk about minimalism, we talk about things that spark joy in your life. If things aren't sparking joy in your life, if things are bringing stress, that could be your friends, that could be your job, that could be your city, your town. Maybe change your perspective and see if there's a way that you can start seeking new things. I'm not saying to completely isolate yourself and drop your friends, but maybe start doing things that you enjoy doing and then trying to find real friendships through people who have similar interests as you, instead of just remaining friends with the people you've been friends with for years, even though they don't make you feel good about yourself, because it's a comfortable thing. Align with your soul purpose. This is a bit more of a spiritual take, but really, again, sit down with yourself and ask yourself, why do you think you're here on earth? What is your purpose? We all have a purpose. We all have a mission. We all have a goal. What is yours? How do you start living in that energy? Stop being afraid to be yourself. Stop restricting yourself. Stop restraining yourself. Stop selling yourself short. And be you. Be authentic. Be 100% anyone you want to be. Okay? Don't live for anyone else. Live for you. That's how you become happy, when you embrace who you are. And all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about me, because I'm rocking this version of myself. And if someone doesn't like it, that's their problem, because I'm happy. Practice gratitude. When you wake up every morning and you practice gratitude and you're like, I'm thankful for this, 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 and that, it makes it clearer the things that bring you happiness and the things that don't. You're like, oh, I'm so thankful for my job, the fact that I get to live in Spain. I'm so thankful for my friends, and I'm thankful for my health. When you stop saying that you're thankful for, your Shein purchase last week, you stop saying you're thankful for your boyfriend, like, those are things that you need to start to realize, and maybe realize that they're no longer serving you or bringing you happiness or bringing you abundance. things that you don't need anymore, things that don't serve you anymore. Sit with yourself, sit with 10-year-old you, sit with child you, sit with 5-year-old you, and ask yourself, what did I do for fun back then? What made me happy as a kid? And then try to do those things again and see. Like as a kid, I was barefoot outside constantly. And one of my goals for this summer is to literally stop wearing shoes. I just don't want to wear shoes. I don't care. I also, as a child, made videos nonstop. Like, all the time. Whether they were DIYs, they were doll stop motion videos, they were vlogs. Like, I was a little video creator from such a young age. I read a lot. And these are all things that I'm like trying to get back into because they made me happy as a kid and they're making me happy now. Oh, I sang all the time, played music. And those are things that I want to start doing again, that I've kind of lost along the way, but I know that they made me happy once, so they can make me happy again. Live a slower life. Now, this is coming from a bit of a privileged position because I've been living in Spain for the last 6 months, so I've really got to experience what is a slow life on the Mediterranean. But oh my gosh, let me tell you, American work culture, American life culture is toxic. Like waking up, working all day, or going to school all day. I'll do a whole nother episode of like the things that I've realized are wrong about America. But like this is just a little insight because I'm a teacher here in Spain, so I see like the primary school education system. They go to school every day from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then you leave and you go home and you eat lunch and then you play with your friends outside and you walk around your village and you do your homework and whatever and so on. I try to explain to them how American school starts at 7:30 and it goes till 2:30. That's already a 2-hour difference in a school day. And then if you play sports or you're in a club or you're doing theater or you're anyhow involved in school, which you're meant to be involved in school if you want to be a good student, then you're at school for probably 2 hours longer. So then you're 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So then your 8-hour school day becomes a 10-hour school day. And then you're expected to go home and do 2.5 hours of homework and then come back to school and do it all over again. It's like there's no time for rest. There's not even time for students to eat, much less just take a breath and examine how they feel. Do things that make them happy, right? Like it just creates a stress ball. And that's not healthy. So when you start realizing that that's what your life is, start doing things to counteract that. Meditating, reading, journaling, going for a run. Even if it is watching a movie, but not mindlessly watching a movie, not mindlessly scrolling on TikTok, not mindlessly smoking, like doing things that benefit you, that you can be present in and make you happy in the moment. These are things that will make your quality of living so much better. They will make you a happier person, I promise you. Surround yourself by people who love you. Stop settling for fake friends. Stop settling for friends just because you want friends. You know, I did that for a long time, and inevitably you're just going to have to take that time to yourself to figure out who you are. And that's a lifelong journey, right? Figuring out who you are. But why surround yourself around people that make you feel like shit? You really have to reflect and be like, why am I accepting that? Why are these the people that I care about so much when I never leave feeling good about myself? And work through that. And then start asking the universe for the types of people that you actually want in your life, the types of people who will make you happy. You have to figure that out. I know I've said it 1,000 times, but exercising and eating better, just cooking, will change your life. Change your life. Like, the other thing that I've learned since moving to Spain is how shit the American food system is. I was vegan in America because I didn't like anything about the animal food system. I thought it was all inhumane and cruel. I've gone back to being vegetarian since I'm here, and I've lost 20 pounds, 15 pounds probably, and I feel strong, I feel healthy, I feel energized. And I think it does have something to do with the fact that I'm cooking all of my meals, so I'm putting intention into everything that I eat. Everything that I eat, I've made with love, and I've made with the intention of making me full, making me healthy, making me strong, fueling my body. Love. Like when you don't have time to eat because you've been at school all day, So you're going to Taco Bell after school or McDonald's after school and you're eating a shit meal, and then you're going home and you're just going to bed because you're so fucking exhausted, and then you're waking up in the morning and you're getting Dunkin' Donuts, then you're not eating lunch, your lunch is like a bag of chips, and then for dinner you're eating something shit as well. Like, it's not a healthy cycle. It's not going to make you feel good because internally you don't have the good nutrients, you're not eating things to fuel you, and that's not really your fault. Again, that goes back to like just the lifestyle. But when you acknowledge these things and you realize that these things might be like leading to like why you feel the way that you do, you can recognize them, and then recognize that you can also make a change. And then you have to actually make the change, right? Things aren't going to change unless you work towards making that change. You have to take the initial step. And lastly, journal. I love journaling. Journal so you can put a name to your emotions. And you can really every day take a second and ask yourself, how do I feel today? And why do I feel that way? And what is the root cause to these feelings? And then you start to see the patterns, right? And after you start to see those patterns, you can change the patterns. Again, I hope you never think that I'm being aggressive or think that I'm better than anyone, because I'm still figuring all of this out myself. If anything, this is a mirror of me being aggressive to myself. Be a better version of yourself. Be a happier version of yourself. Stop allowing yourself to repeat these cycles and these patterns that don't make you feel good, right? Because why do we want to live life like that? Why do we want to live life like that? Why do we accept that life? I don't think we should. I think everybody fundamentally deserves to be happy in this life. I think it's one of the main roots of being a human. I mean, of course you feel all the emotions, but I don't think anyone deserves to be depressed or upset or sad or angry, and instead, really take a step back from their life and look at their surroundings and look at what's been laid in front of them, and then realize the power that they hold over their future. And I hope that inspires them. I hope once you realize the amount of power that you actually have over your life, you are inspired to make the changes that you can to live the life that you want to live. And that's all I want from anyone. If you can take one piece of advice from this whole video, it's don't be ashamed of who you are and live the life that you want to live. Even if that life is eating shit food and going to school for 7 more years so you can get a degree, if that's going to make you happy, do it. It is your life. No one should be able to tell you how to live your life but you. And that's the main reason why you need to stop letting your surroundings dictate your happiness and instead allow your happiness come from within. Okay, so be proud of yourself, love yourself, give yourself a hug. Know that you are doing the best that you can. And if you're not doing the best that you can, it's okay. Tomorrow's a new day. You can start again tomorrow. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this first episode back of 7 Aligned Podcast. I will be back with more episodes in the future. And I hope that you do something today that makes you smile. Check out my YouTube and all my social medias links down below for more of me. And as always, have a great day. Bye, guys.